common misconception is that you need a ton of money in order to get your recruitment agency off of the ground. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can start your recruitment agency for $500 or less. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So when it comes to you getting your recruitment agency off of the ground, it's important that you focus on the basics, meaning those elements or those things that are really going to help to set you up for success from the very beginning. I think a common misconception is that you need a lot of tools and or software in order to operate your recruiting agency successfully, but that's simply not the case, especially in the beginning where you may be strapped for cash. So one of the things that you need to make sure that you do from a basics perspective in terms of getting your recruitment agency off of the ground is to make sure that you establish your business structure. Now, your business structure can be a multitude of things. Now, you have a couple options when it comes to your business structure. You can do an LLC, you can do an S Corp, or you can do a C Corp. And keep in mind that those aren't even all of the options that are associated with you establishing your business structure. Ultimately, you want to choose the business structure that are associated with the amount of risk that you're willing to take on. Personally, I set up an LLC for my recruitment agency because I wanted to make sure that I was able to protect my personal assets in case there was ever a situation where I was sued. You want to make sure that you also take the time to consult with a professional, such as a lawyer, so that they can help you to assess what those risks are that would be associated with you determining what business structure would be best for you. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a website. And when it comes to creating a website, I know that there's a ton of people out there who ultimately can do it for you, meaning that they would charge you a fee in order to put that website together. But I'm here to tell you that it's simply not necessary that you pay someone thousands of dollars in order to get a website off of the ground. Being very transparent with you, Squarespace as well as Wix are great options for you to be able to put your website together. This doesn't have to be a strenuous website. It doesn't have to have a lot of features. Ultimately, it has to have the important information on there. That important information is going to be information about your recruitment agency, what it is that you specialize in, how they can get in contact with you, and ultimately provide your potential clients with an idea of who you are. Again, putting together this form of a website should not cost you thousands of dollars. Think of your website as a living document or a living being. You're going to have the opportunity to update and make other iterations to your website when it makes sense. And once you start to get clients and you start to get income and revenue coming into your business, then at that point, maybe you can decide that you want to invest into a better website or updating your website. But keep in mind that from the very beginning, you don't want to compare yourself to those recruitment agencies that have been around for some time. Leverage what you have in order to at least get your agency off of the ground. Now, the next thing that you're going to need is a professional email address. And keep in mind that you can get a professional email address from GoDaddy, from Namecheap.com. There's a bunch of options out there in terms of you being able to get a professional email, but that professional email should be associated with whatever your domain name is. And keep in mind that your domain would have been purchased alongside you being able to get your professional website put together. So you want to make sure that you have a professional email that is then associated with that domain name. This will allow potential clients to be able to communicate with you and also take your business seriously because it doesn't have a @gmail.com or @AOL.com or @yahoo.com in terms of your actual email address. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, then be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that do drop weekly. Okay, the next thing that you want to think through is making sure that you have some form of business insurance. And when it comes to business insurance, keep in mind that there's a couple different options that you have. You can get professional liability insurance, you can get general business liability insurance, you can also get errors and omissions insurance, which a lot of times is associated with professional liability insurance. There's a bunch of different business insurance options that are out there. Ultimately, you want to make sure that you choose the insurance option that is going to make the most sense for you. At a minimum, you should be getting general liability insurance for your business just in case there is an event where something does happen, such as you getting sued. You'll be able to tap into that insurance to be able to cover any sort of settlement that's associated with that lawsuit. I think of insurance as one of those things where it's not fun to pay for, for, but ultimately it is something that is extremely helpful in the event that something does happen. Now, finally, you are going to need a phone number or a business line in order for you to be able to communicate with clients, but also for clients to be able to communicate with you in terms of there might be a situation where you're doing some cold calling and you have to leave a voicemail and they need a number in order to be able to call back. And I do recommend that you do not use your personal phone number when it comes to business, just because you don't want to mix the two. Also, you might be in a situation where the message that you have for your voicemail may not necessarily be the most professional for your personal number, so you want to have a separate line that allows you the opportunity to be able to do this. Now, when I say separate line, for me, the easiest thing for me to do was to actually get another line added to my current cell phone bill, meaning that I was able to keep my personal number. I just literally added another line, and that served as my business cell or business number. You can also do a Google Voice number, which I know is a free option. Again, that allows you the ability to be able to stay underneath that $500 mark when you're thinking about all of the necessary things associated with you getting your recruitment agency off of the ground. So again, you have a couple options that are out there, but you should definitely make sure that you have a completely separate line from your personal. Now, this list isn't all encompassing in terms of all of the things that you need in order to be able to operate your recruitment agency, but everything that we've discussed should be less than $500 in order for you to be able to do. Now, keep in mind that to incorporate your business, meaning to establish your business structure, may vary based on the state in terms of what the cost is. Establishing an LLC versus an S Corp could also vary in price. So keep in mind there's going to be some things that ultimately there may be some items associated with you getting your recruitment agency off of the ground that are a little bit more expensive than the others. But what I do encourage is that you don't go out and buy a ton of software in order to be able to operate your recruitment agency from the very beginning. You do not need all of the fancy tools and software in order to be successful. Keep in mind that Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word can definitely take you far in terms of being able to get your recruitment agency off of the ground. Will it be scrappy and will it take more time? Yes, but if you're serious about being able to get your recruitment agency off of the ground quick and ultimately landing clients, then you'll be in a position where you're able to fill requisitions, get revenue for your business, and then start to use that revenue to upgrade the things that you do have within your business. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to like below, as well as if you are not subscribed, then make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are also talking all things recruitment within my Facebook group, so I'll leave that link down below in the description box. That way you can join. I highly encourage that you do. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.